Joined by UMass Boston head tennis coach Charles Lai. Coach, you got a bit of a taste in the fall of looking at your new team. What were you able to take away from it?
It was honestly pretty positive. I'm pretty excited about our new freshmen, especially Nandish and Roy. I think they contribute a lot. I think they're going to be playing probably somewhere in the top of the lineup. And then I got some guys back from the previous spring. So I got Miguel back. We get Alexander back, who was the reigning Rookie of the Year about 2 seasons ago. And so they add a lot of depth. And so we're pretty excited for the upcoming season.
Speaking of the depth, how has that kind of showed in practice in some of those test matches during your spring practices?
The challenge matches have been pretty intense, I think, and that's what I like to see. All these guys trying to gun for a top spot, and so it's a good problem to have, especially in the doubles. I got a lot of combinations that I can go with, and it gives me kind of a headache, but it's a good headache to have, trying to see who plays well with who, and I think we're going to be looking pretty deep, I think, and so I'm pretty excited for that too as well.
Speaking of depth, you have a nice combination of some upperclassmen who have been there before and then some really talented underclassmen. How does that help bring along those freshmen who have the talent but maybe haven't played in those big conference matches or postseason matches?
I mean, definitely we can see that in the doubles. A lot of them taking them under their wing, trying to tell them, okay, here's what we're going to do on this point or in this spot, not trying to go for too much in this spot and just trying to make balls. And so definitely see that in practice. They're definitely pushing each other. The freshmen are chopping at the bit, trying to get as high as they can, but the upperclassmen are trying to also temper their expectations, trying to see, okay, hey, we're just going to take one match at a time, and we're not trying to get ahead of ourselves.
You guys aren't going to a trip over spring break this year, but you do get a really good non-conference match in Endicott on Saturday the 9th. How is that going to be a really good test for you, especially you have 2 matches and you start conference play with defending champion Salem State?
The Endicott match is going to be a good test to see where we are at and how the preseason has been. They got a pretty good team, and so we're looking forward to that and trying to see what that score will be and how we match up against them. Emerson's going to be a tough one too. I know their number 1 is a rock star, and so I want to see how our number 1 matches up with them. And I think depth is going to be a big piece, and so we're hoping to win a lot of the matches down in the bottom spots as well.
Picked second in the Little East Conference after winning the regular season title but falling short in the conference tournament. How is that maybe motivation for you guys, or is there extra expectations this year after falling a little short in the conference tournament?
I mean, it's definitely a little bit of not great that we finished second and all that stuff, but we're going to take every match one match at a time, and we're not playing anyone differently. We're going to play everybody just as hard, and so we're not necessarily going to be looking down on opponents or trying to expecting to win. We're going to play every opponent the same, and we're going to go out there and trying to get a point and trying to win each match that we can.